senator-elect, the representation of his council, Councilor Sharif, our senator-elect, Mr. Chea, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honor and a privilege to welcome you to this house of integrity, a house that strives to ensure that Liberia is on a proper trajectory with peace and reconciliation, a house that strives in the midst of many challenges to ensure that a constitutional mandate with God's election is upheld. Today, we've come to do justice to an honorable man who is now going to take his seat at the House of the National Legislature to do justice to the people of Simon County. Hence, we welcome you to such a worthy occasion. And so as we proceed with this program, we want to say you can feel comfortable, you can feel confident, and we are glad to have you all here. Welcome to the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hall, for our welcoming statement. Distinguished members of the Board of Commissioners, the Senator-elect, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends of the Commission, it is an honor for me to introduce to you the Chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Honorable Brown Lanson, who will perform the certification program first with the opening statement.
Good afternoon. Members of the NEC board, my colleagues, and the senator-elect, his family, and partisans and friends, the press, staff that put all of this together. I want to say we're happy to have you here. We also want to let you know that at this point in our sojourn, all electoral dispute cases which were filed before the Commission have been adjudicated. By now, I'm sure you know that the Commission has resumed jurisdiction over the case in Cape Mount, having been instructed by the Supreme Court to investigate the matter further. We want to say that today's certification of Senator-elect Augustine Chea brings us nearly to the end of our process. I want to thank you for your patience, not just you in this gathering, but Liberians as a whole. We want to thank you again for staying the course. I want to thank the government for its continued support, however delayed it has been. And we also want to say that we continue to follow up on the remaining funds which came out of the conduct of the 8th December 2020 elections, because we are yet to pay our vendors. So any opportunity we get to resound this, we take use of. The poll workers need to also be commended, as well as the candidates in this process. So let me now, on behalf of the board, call on the senator-elect to receive his laureates. So I would read for the put it in your hands, Senator-elect. It says, National Elections Commission, Certificate of Election. This is to certify that Chea Augustine S. has been duly elected Senator for Sino County, Republic of Liberia, in the special senatorial election held on 8 December 2020. In testimony thereto, and by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Commissioners of the National Elections Commission, we hereby fix our signatures and the seal of the Commission on this 24th day of April AD 2021 at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission in the city of Monrovia, County of Montserrat County, Republic of Liberia. And this constitutes your legal and sufficient authority. Signed, Honorable Josephine Corgi, Commissioner, Honorable Basi Diopambai, Commissioner, Honorable Flora Oxley Sayer, Commissioner, Honorable Ernestine Morgan Awa, Commissioner, Honorable Boyka A. Dugley, Commissioner, Councilor Tifla Reeves, Co-Chairperson, and Deviata Brown Lansana, Chairperson, Elections Commission. Congratulations.
In so doing, we will call on the senator to do his remark.
Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to all of us. Good afternoon. Madam Chairperson and members of the Board of Commissioners of the National Election Commission. Let's start with the Commission President here. Honorable Printer Obed Duncan, Chairman of the Sino County Legislative Caucus, officials and members of the Sino Chapter of the CDC, officials and members of the mighty Coalition for Democratic Change, my loyal supporters, and citizens of Sino County who turned out today to grace the occasion, my darling wife, family members, representatives of civil society organizations, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, and of course let me recognize Honorable Samson Kwiyu-Wea, members of the Sino Legislative Caucus who had just arrived. Welcome. I have come to this certification ceremony with my heart full of gratitude for the people of Sino who have chosen me from a non-belly to represent them in the Liberia Senate. I'm honored and humbled that our people have once more reposed their confidence in me by re-electing and entrusting unto me this very important national responsibility. Elections are the expression of the will of the people. Therefore, when the people speak through their votes, the outcome should be respected. By any standard, and not because I won, the Sino County midterm senatorial election was free, fair, and transparent 100%. And that's why the second place winner did not contest the results, but the one that came a distant third with 3,216 votes minus. How is that? This and 11 other electoral result challenges delayed the certification of the winners, resulting to the under-representation of the counties at the Senate, and consequently, the lack of the two-thirds majority required to pass some pieces of critical legislation. There's one message all the election challenges convey, and that is that our election laws need reform. That no certification of election winners until the complaint process is exhausted in obedience to case law is an incentive for election losers to run to neck with frivolous complaints just out of envy and malice, only to delay the certification of the winners. We must take cognizance of the fact that this does not only work injury to the winners, their constituencies, but has the propensity to create a consequential constitutional crisis. Precedents abound the world over, including our sub-region, where winners of the elections are certificated and inducted into office, while electoral challenges are adjudicated. The legislature, of course I'm a part, I will soon be inducted into office, must act actively in this direction by passing a enabling legislation. And I promise that I will take the lead in this.
Council.
For us to build a credible and vibrant democracy, we must do away with the mindset, the must-win mindset. The mindset that when we contest in an election and we don't win, then we were cheated. I wish every loser in an election was like Thomas Romeo Chea. Mr. Chea contested 5 times and lost, but he was always impressed to congratulate the winner. He did so for me the 2 times I beat him. And he keeps second in those elections. But it's the third-place winners in both elections who complain of irregularities. How is that? Indeed, Mr. Chea would have complained if there was a problem. My certification today has sealed my victory, and this is about the shenanigans. And I'm going to give the credit to whom the credit belongs. And that credit belongs to the National Election Commission. I applaud the Commission for their independence and for the fairness and transparency that attended the process. Thank you, Mayor, for your professionalism and for being an impartial and credible gatekeeper of our democracy. No threat, be it petrol bomb or other lethal attacks by anti-democratic elements to sway you away from this noble path. And of course, we take note of your concern to have the budget for the senatorial or for the midterm election and the by-elections taken care of. We want to promise also add our voice to those of our colleagues who were here previously, that we will make it our duty to pursue that on your behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, I arrived here today through the great efforts of many people to whom I'm immensely grateful. My family, my friends, colleagues, and loyal supporters who so generously contributed their time and energy to my campaign. I'm particularly grateful to my campaign chairman and trusted ally, President Clayton Coleman Duncan. Senator Matthew G. Zaza, Honorable Jefferson Camo, Senator Jim Jedi, Mr. Samuel Wilson, the Friends of Chea, including my very potent media team, headed by Leslie Wule, Chairman Chris Patrick and the Friends of Donkey, Chairman Swain, David Swain, and his team. You have demonstrated so much love for me, and I know that I can depend on you always. From the day we move forward together, knowing that I stand on your sturdy shoulders. Sadly, there are two persons that have been so dearly at this ceremony. One of them is Representative J. Nabwe Slot, Caucus Secretary and head of my campaign in District 2. And the other is Stanley E. Toba, my campaign manager in the 2018 midterm senatorial election, a special senatorial election. They were called from labor to rest. Please join me as we observe a minute of silence to the memory. Thank you. Let me say thank you also to the losers. You put up a strong challenge that made the election competitive and made me work hard to win. But by filing an unmeritorious complaint by one of you, was a mistake, of course. It is now over. Join me and the other leaders of our county with your ideas for the betterment of our country and our people. Let's do away with the acrimony that characterized our geopolitics. Our people want a political dispensation that will bring about social cohesion, rapid development, and improvement in their living standards. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing more urgent and of higher national priority than for the government to address the adverse economic situation in the country. My people elected me to help find solutions to the problems in our country. And I promise that I will not be a passive observer, but I will help in finding solutions to the problems confronting our country. I'll be a part of the solution and not part of the problem. My service as Liberia Senate will be for the greater good of our country and our people. So help me God. Thank you all for coming. God bless you.
Thank you, Senator Augustine Chea. The Honorable Basili Opama, Commissioner of the National Elections Commission, will do our vote of thanks.
The challenge of reconciling people of Sanu County rests with the Senator and his team in Sanu County. As we leave this hall today, reconciliation, development should be the hallmark of Sanu County, so that Mama Liberia can benefit. We also want to see you in your 9 years of service as Senate to ensure and join your colleagues that resources, both financial and human wise, are committed to make so that we can continue in of Sano County, who in their sojourn work out endless hour across a lot of way to ensure that election is free, fair, and transparent. I want to say thank you as a senator and family. As we are along in this new dispensation of journey in Liberia, we want to work for Liberian people. I want to say thank you to all of the government officials here and the legislature as a whole, where we are partners with them. Thank you to our international partner. I want to say thank you to the hardworking technical staff net who over time work to ensure that election will fully supported or not will work in each and every of our Liberia. I want to also say thank you to our overall hardworking, illustrious, and honorable chairperson of the National Election Association, who is every step to fair neck. Thank you, commissioners, for the hard work and continuing to promote Liberia. God bless our